if you actually want to win in life and succeed on your goals, then I highly suggest taking these 4 rules to heart and using them. And these are rules I learned after spending years self-developing and learning from high thinkers that took me from struggling to reach my goals, struggling to live a life that felt true to me and feeling like I was wasting my potential, to now flourishing in life, waking up with energy, direction, and clarity, and actually making progress on my goals. So if that's something you want, then I'm going to show you how to get that with these 4 rules. The first one we got to cover is to have weekly goals. That scared the mess out of me. Did you hear that? Anyway, you want to have weekly goals. So one of my weekly goals is underneath YouTuber is to post 4 videos this week and to record 7 authentic videos. And that's exactly why I'm out here recording videos right now. Like being authentic, being raw, not worrying about cutting anything, just talking and yapping to you, because that is my goal. Most of us, though, we don't have weekly goals, so we don't know what we're striving to accomplish every week. And if we don't have a set thing we're trying to accomplish, then we're going to be thinking, well, what should I do today? How should I spend my time? What should I do this week? If you've been thinking that far. And since you don't have anything planned, you're not going to do anything but waste your time. So it makes much sense to think about what areas of your life matter to you and how can you set weekly goals underneath that area. And I'm going to show you my weekly board so you can see the kind of goals I set. But I set goals for different areas of my life, as far as family, being a YouTuber, being an athlete, being spiritual, being a student. Like, I have a goal right now to read 14 times this week. I have another goal to tap into spiritual content 5 times this week. I have a goal to visit my grandparents twice and call my brothers this week. So now I know exactly what I'm doing. I know what I'm aiming for. And so now I'm going to go through this week much more on point, because I know what I'm trying to do. So for you, think about the 3 to 5 areas of your life that matter to you. I'm going to have something pop up so you can see it. Think about the 3 to 5 areas that matter to you, and ask yourself, what weekly goal can you set in that area? And I promise you, if you have weekly goals, you'll be spending your time a lot differently. You'll be achieving more because you know exactly what you're going to be doing this week and what you're going to be achieving. All right? Now, the second thing is you want to start finding nuggets of time and using that on your goals. I was at my girl's place, and this is before Valentine's Day, so I was working on a little book like this, and I was filling this little book up with like small things I adored about her and things I liked about her, just sweet messages. But only had like 3 weeks to get it done, so I had to make sure whenever I had time I could do it. So I'm with my girl, and she's telling me she's finna take a shower, she'll be out, whatever. I said, go ahead, take your shower. The minute she got in that shower, I pulled the book out and I started working on it. I find nuggets of time. There are and the thing is, there's so many nuggets of time around you that you're not taking advantage of. And so you're thinking you don't have time to work on things that matter to you. You do. It's just you're not looking at the time you have to work on what matters to you, because first of all, you don't have any weekly goals set. So you don't know what to be doing when you have that small nugget of time. Like, if I didn't have the goal to fill up this notebook for my girl, I wouldn't have done that when she was in the shower. I probably would have done something else. But because I had that goal, I wanted to get this done when I had that small amount of time to work on it, I was able to get it done. Instead of making an excuse that, I can't do this because I have no time, it was, I have like 5 minutes, I'm going to work on this. Even today, I got off a coaching call, and I had like 30 minutes before I would go out for my walk to record a video. And in that 30 minutes, I didn't really have, I felt like I couldn't really get too deep into anything I wanted to do because there wasn't that much time. But I told myself, well, no, wait. I know later on tonight I got to make thumbnails. Why not just go ahead and knock out the thumbnails now? So I literally saved myself an hour that I was going to spend after work working on thumbnails. I went ahead and knocked it out in that 30-minute time span. So it's so important to know what you're trying to do, and then when you have nuggets of time, you go ahead and do that. Because if you don't find time, if you don't use those nuggets of time, you're gonna always use the excuse that you don't have time to do what matters. You do. You're just not using it wisely. Okay. So how can you use your nuggets of time? The best advice I can give you is to just be vigilant about when you have free time. Be vigilant about that. If you're standing in line and it's a long line, why not use that time to maybe plan out your day for tomorrow? If you're waiting on somebody to come so you can hang out, you got like 20 minutes, you're waiting on somebody, why not work on something that matters to you? just be aware. And it'll be easier to choose to do something productive in those moments of time you have when you set weekly goals. So that's why I said the first thing is to have weekly goals, because the weekly goals determines what you do on the daily. And when you know what you're doing on the daily, when you have that free time, then you can use it on the daily. All right? So just be vigilant. That's the second rule. Number 3 is no excuses. You cannot use excuses at all. I was making this video for one of my coaching clients while I was breaking down some concepts. We covered it on the call, but I just really wanted to give her a video to go into even more detail. And I didn't have much time because I wanted to be done with everything before my girl got off work so that we could just spend that time together one-on-one. And so I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and knock this video out real quick. I didn't feel like making it, but I said, let me go ahead and knock it out. I set the camera up, 20 minutes, I'm yapping. Oh my God. 20 minutes, I'm yapping. I'm going into detail. Now, when I finished, turns out I was never recording. And now I spent 20 minutes. My girl's getting off pretty soon. I don't have time to make another recording. I'm like, okay, well, I tried, but it didn't work out how I wanted to, so I just let it go. But then I realized that's an excuse. And successful people don't make excuses. And so I made myself go ahead and re-record the video. No matter how I felt, I got it done. And did this mean that I wasn't able to have everything done before my girl got home? Yes, that's exactly what that meant. But no excuses. It didn't work out how I wanted to. Okay, I'm going to record this video again. And that means a little bit of my other day is messed up. It's whatever. Because no excuses. So how can you stop making excuses? It really all comes down to a vocabulary thing. It really is. There are certain words you have to be aware of and eliminate them because they will open up the gateway for excuses to happen. And the top 3 words off my head is but. Stop saying but. Stop saying can't. And stop saying don't. And MVP is won't. So an excuse to be, I recorded this video but it didn't save, so I'm not going to record another one. That's an excuse. Change it. I recorded this video and it didn't save, so I'm going to record a new one. Another excuse could be, it's too cold out, so I can't go for a walk. That's an excuse. You can't. Change it. You can say, it's too cold to go out for a walk, so I'm going to put on extra layers and go out for a walk. And this is actually what I'm doing right now. It is, it feels like 29 degrees out. It's 32 degrees. I got my gloves, jacket, cool. When it snowed like 2 weeks ago, my mom came in my room talking about, you can't go out for a walk. I said, okay. I put on 2 layers of pants. I put on a hat, had the scarf going, everything. I'm the only one outside walking in the snow. Why? Because I don't make excuses. And the only reason is because of the words I choose to not say. So again, eliminate but, can't, won't, don't from your vocabulary. And this won't be an easy thing, because it's automatic that we make excuses. We live in an average world that doesn't want you to be successful. So they're gonna make it easy for you to make excuses, to place the blame, to run away from what will actually make you better. With that being said, you just gotta be aware of when you automatically say these excuses, and then when you say it, take a second, pause, and say, wait, that's an excuse. Let me change it up. And that will really help you out. Because the minute you stop making excuses, that's when you actually start making progress and showing up for your goals. All right? So, quick recap. First rule is have weekly goals. Second rule is to find nuggets of time and use them on your weekly goals. And number 3 is no excuses. So, what's the 4th one? Simple. Do the action. All right? Like what I'm doing right now. My weekly goal is to record 7 authentic videos. What am I doing right now? I'm recording. My weekly goal is to visit my grandparents twice a week. Tomorrow, I'm visiting them after work. Friday, I'm visiting them after work. I'm doing the actions that matters. My weekly goal, hold on, the wind's blowing. My weekly goal last week was to post 4 videos. And guess what happened? Last week, the 4 videos got posted. And this is so simple. We all know that this is something you gotta do to be successful. You gotta do the action. Most of us aren't doing it though. So let me remind you, when you have your weekly goals set and you know what you're doing every day, do the actions, okay? And now this leads us to the last question of, well, how do you do the actions? Two things I'll say. first is the basic one you probably heard many times, which is to just do it. And that's it. The second one is to fix your dopamine. And then you'll always love to do the actions. You'll crave doing it. You'll have an endless amount of motivation if you fix your dopamine. And to do that, I'm not going to make a video on this right now. I'm going to make another video. It'll be a lot longer. But if you want to go ahead and learn how to fix your dopamine, I have a dopamine guidebook. I'm going to put in the description. So go check it out. But that is it. Follow those 4 rules and you will be successful. Guaranteed.